Hey, wow,
I bet you about 4 of them in your
more prints of paper. How I think so much you're going to write letters to you all. And you've got maybe a beautiful card. Can I just very quickly, oh, sorry, are you talking?
No,
I haven't had a word in edgeways in 5 years.
Just quickly before I let you have the final word, we have been inundated with farewell messages from Rawdy, and you're going to love reading through them because there's some beautiful messages.
It actually means a lot.
Yeah, but one of them stood out because we know little Ella very well because we popped a picture of her watching breakfast up on the telly last year, and it started this craze of babies watching breakfast. And here she is this morning, still watching, a little bit more grown up.
Wow.
And she wants to say see you to Rawdon. Isn't that
so
sweet?
Cute. Oh,
So
bless her.
sweet. Oh, the piece of paper says, I miss you, Rawdon.
Oh. Is that the picture of her watching from all those years ago?
And I also want to say, I think I sat next to you when I was the business reporter, and I sat next to you when I was the newsreader, and then I got to fill in, and then I spent the last year next to you, and it has been a pleasure. You feel a bit like a husband. Sometimes I want to wring your neck, and other days I could just kiss you because you've been so supportive.
It's a marriage. It's a marriage. If you didn't get it with Tony and the ruddy backseat driving clip just now, it is a marriage, and I've been blessed to have had 4 wives.
And a slightly special son. Not you,
Yeah, and I had a good chat. with Ali a couple of days ago, and I know that Ali will be watching with baby Thea in Christchurch. So good to see you. It is a marriage, but you're not. I needed to organise something for you because I'm not going to be. We're not going to be here. Funny enough, if you didn't know we're leaving for your wedding next year. Oh, it's from me. I've got some good mates who are at my wedding, which I want you to enjoy. A lot of, oh my God, they've gone overboard. I'll have that. I'll have that. No, they've collected together some awesome bits and pieces because they put their feelers out to their various clients and said, oh, here you go, and said, oh, we want to give something to Nadine to wish you well for your wedding next year, okay?
That's very lovely.
Are you writing something into the auto cue? Be careful where you put the thing.
No, I have put this little thing in the auto cue because I said it a couple of weeks ago for the paper, and I'm going to say it again now. This has quite simply been the best job in TV, working with the most hard-working. This team, as Tony will know just too well, are the most dedicated, hard-working team in the newsroom, and I know all the other teams in the newsroom will not argue with that. I know because I've worked for most of TVNZ's news and current affairs programs at one time or another. Since I started on Breakfast, we put 3,000 hours of live TV to air. We've covered every conceivable issue from terror attacks, natural disasters, national elections, World Cup wins. And beyond the breakfast show before that, I've been privileged to interview some of New Zealand's and the world's greatest, to bring to New Zealand the news of Sir Edmund Hillary's death, to anchor TVNZ's rolling coverage of both of those major earthquakes in Christchurch. I've broadcast from around the world. I've met rock stars, sporting icons. I've covered World Cups. I've even had tea with Dame Julie Andrews, one of our little highlights. Will I miss it? Of course I will. And the reason why is because I love telling stories. Good, bad, funny, sad, life-changing, life-defining, heart-warming, heart-wrenching, whatever they are. And we, the storytellers, will come and go, but the stories always last forever. And they're really what matters about what we do for a living, or what I've been doing for a living. I just want to, Amanda hugging. I do need to make a couple more special thank yous, particularly. I've thanked my oldest friend in the building, Melissa. I've thanked the wife who kicked it all off and then left me. I've obviously thanked my most recent model. And I've thanked the team as a whole. I need to thank Claire because I know she won't be in here because she's too humble to show herself. She's the skipper of this ship, and the reason why is because she's done an amazing job this last few months on the ship. But more so than that, it is about those 2 days in September and then again in the February of those Christchurch earthquakes when she and I had the huge opportunity and privilege. She was in there and I was in here for all those hours of that rolling coverage, which for me was the broadcasting highlight, tragic as it may have been. To Sam, buddy, we've done 1,000 shows together. Over 1,000 shows together, more than 1,000. But it's the times away from TVNZ that I'll remember most. The ones which will never be broadcast or be allowed to be broadcast.
You said the week it hasn't made the papers.
Yeah. We have so often said to each other, 5 days, mate. Hold your breath. We'll get through it. If it hasn't made the papers in 5 days, we'll roll on. To the viewers, to you lot, because quite frankly, you're the reason why we're here. I want to thank you for watching. And finally, very finally, 4 very special people who I never say thanks to. They never see me in the mornings. They see too much of me in the afternoons. And they have to put up with my jokes every day, and we'll have to continue to do so. My dear children, Oliver, Georgie and Charlie, and of course to my darling wife, Jo. We're going for some new adventures, whatever they may be. Thank you for watching.
I'll see you next week, and we'll say some more goodbyes. Have a great weekend.
Thank you both, Clico.
Amazing guy.